also like to make the promise that all the money that I have received off of any of the videos of your daughter with your daughter's name in it or the suspects, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to provide screenshots of how much I made, and I'm going to give that money to the foundation. It's the least that I can do. Thank you, Nenny. Why don't you send that to me on my cell so I can read it at the airport? I can't do it now. I just want to make sure everything's legit and the money's going straight to that foundation. And I want to know what the foundation is going to do specifically. I will not make any money off of Gabby's name.
On here being blocked by my moderators, you would really think that people would want to, get this information and, hear about Gabby Petito like they've never heard before. So they either hate Gabby Petito, hate Gabby Petito's family, or just hating on me because of what? Because I had a record 20 years ago when I was being beaten senselessly by every single one of my exes. Whatever. You can't fix stupid, I reckon. This is going to cost real money. Some of these things are not cheap. We can parse down our request so small to try to save money and stuff, but I can guarantee they're not going to want to be forthcoming with the information and therefore going to try to charge us out the yin-yang to get it. So I will keep you guys posted on that if they start doing that kind of strategy, and then we may need to utilize each and every one of you to apply pressure to the governmental entities. Debunk the fact that this area here was underwater. This area here was not underwater. We have green ground, which is inconsistent with being underwater. It would be all brown here. You do not see that anywhere. Look at all that tall grass. That means that this has not been underwater in a really, really long time. So the idea that he was underwater is crazy.
Spray paint on 3 different locations. As we know, a backpack and a notebook and partial skeletal remains were found. It's presumed that these weren't those spots.
I'm angry. I'm frustrated. This big tech, this war on our First Amendment rights of freedom of speech. First of all, and I want to also tell you something, this whole crap with misinformation. Let me tell you, lying is protected under the First Amendment right. So it has no, even if you lie through your teeth on a daily basis, it's a still protected speech. Misinformation is still protected under the First Amendment. So please explain to me what the heck is going on here. So anyways, I do not agree with the critical race theory. I am not a prejudiced person. I'm not a racist person. And I don't want racism infiltrating our schools. And I don't want the indoctrination of our children. I know that I have friends on both sides. Typically, many of my Black friends are totally against this, but there are still plenty of my Black friends that are all for this and want this coming to our schools. I do not. I think it's racist. Right? Even on the content of the training, strategic goal 4, equity. Equity. We just said it's not equal outcome. It's equal opportunity. If you're not going to do the work to get where you're going, quit complaining. Get your butt up. Anybody can go to college. Anybody can get a college degree. Anybody can get a mortgage, a loan. It takes work. It takes work. I fought my whole entire life to get where I am today. It takes work. It takes a lot of trials and tribulations, up and downs. That is life. Quit complaining. Go do. Action, baby. Action. But my issue here is equity with excellence for all. Give me a break, right? Now, this is the other one that I have a problem with. Effective and efficient operation. This is an operation, folks. Operation, warp the kid's mind. And the final one.
Credit, My Pillow.
Yep, you're going to get
There's zillions of them, but it's Trump2024swag.com.
Trump.
And use promo code MyPillow. He's going to get 20% of the sale. Not the children of orphans of dire young ladies. Adam's going to get 20% of the money.
Do it.
Okay?
MyPillow.
MyPillow promo discount code when you check out at Trump2024swag.
Trump2024.
Let's do it.
White power.
Yes. Trump.
My name is Andrew Griffin, Manatee County. I'm just in awe with you, Mary. Did you just literally tell him to, start throwing us out if we don't put our masks on? You're a Republican, and I voted for you? Abysmal failure. Steve Vernon, abysmal failure. Okay, my name is Andrew Griffin. I'm a lobbyist and activist in Manatee County. The last time I was here was not a misunderstanding, Mr. Kennedy. It was not. Reverend Golden disrupted the meeting, not me. He was being insulting. After that gentleman had told him several times he had no association with that law firm, you didn't control your dais. Okay? I will always stand up and speak up when I think it's right. And you threw me out without warning and had me escorted by an officer. So don't mince my words. It was not a misunderstanding. Now, not good stuff. Obviously, we know Hillsborough as well as Sarasota has decided to defy the governor's orders. Definitely not happy with this at all. We've worked really hard in Sarasota. We try to give them solutions. They weren't hearing it. They keep saying it's not political, but there's no way it is not political. They are trying to defy our government, and they expect us to listen to them and follow their, defiance. And we're not going down that rabbit hole. Our governor has been very, very clear. I hope all the parents start seeing the school boards for what they are and stop complying. This is going to we complied at 15 days and we should not have. Here it is a year and a half later, and the narrative keeps changing. The numbers keep going up no matter what we do, which I don't believe the numbers, period. Whether this is a real illness or not, I don't believe the numbers. Okay. I know that my friend is in the hospital. He's not, he's been very sick. So, I obviously believe something's going on, but I don't believe the numbers. The numbers are ridiculous, and it's one of two things. Either the vaccines aren't working, the masks aren't working, or they're screwing with the numbers. You just take your pick. Anyways, enough of that. I'm very upset that Sarasota has defied the governor, and I hope they're held accountable for that. I don't think they really give a crap. I think it's all about punishing our children, because they're not listening to science. Our children are the least, there's nobody in the hospital. They keep trying to attach the school board with the surrounding area. So if the adults are sick, the kids got to wrap up, got to mask up. And it's becoming a whole bunch of BS. These children are fine. They're safe. They can provide the ones that want to wear masks, N95 mask, a less restrictive measure. They're choosing to go all in, mask mandate, no opt-out unless medical. But there's a lot of doctors out there that don't believe in this bullshit. Excuse my language. They just don't. So I suggest you guys find a doctor and get your permission slip. I mean, this is bull. And as I say that, I cringe to say that, because I just think you need to send your kid to school without a mask. I mean, they are defying the governor's orders. Their mandate is unenforceable. It is absolutely unenforceable. It's voidable and it's moot. When you violate law and an order, it automatically becomes unenforceable, people. Push back. We need to push back in this country. This sitting down and complying has let it go for 15 days. We are a year and a half since this thing started, and we are no better off, actually in a worse condition than we were when we started. Worse. Nothing that they have said has worked. It's only caused all the problems to get worse. So I'm done with my rant on that. Today I'm going to Sanford. We're doing a political prisoner rally, bringing to light the political prisoners. A lot of people do not realize that we have people sitting in jail for months and months and months on end, being treated horribly,
being put in solitary confinement. They're not allowed to see the light of day for 23 hours. They're getting fed slop. They're not getting their medication. They're being treated very, very badly. And the federal judges are concerned because when it all comes down, they're going to give them 30 days, yet they've already served 6 to 7 months. This is not due process. This is un-American. Prosecutors are now filing motions to waive defendants' speedy trial rights. At any time, when has the prosecutor filed those motions? Those are motions that the defense files, so they have time to prepare. So there's a lot of funky business going on, and I hope people are waking up and realizing that these things are happening in our country. You know, people don't want to believe that the government is this evil. It is. You've got to stop complying. You got to stop listening to them. Something is majorly going on in this country, and you guys need to start waking up.
Issues going on that I will not discuss here. Well, many of you guys know I'm not really a fan of Dr. Scott Hopes. I helped him get that position because I wanted him off the school board. Now that he's in that position, I feel like he is tanking everything that I'm working hard to do. So for example, he wanted the pet facility. I did not. I'm surprised he didn't try to block my red light cameras. And then he called a 5-minute session when we had Reggie on board. It appeared that we had Kevin, Vanessa. It seemed like everybody was on board with this dropping of the mill except Misty Servia, of course, you know, and Carol Whitmore, of course. And as soon as that motion was brought forward, Dr. Scott Hopes demanded a 5-minute recess. During that 5-minute recess, he ran all around trying to make sure that that millage didn't go through. So it's very upsetting. I'm getting sick and tired of Dr. Scott Hopes. I think we need to watch him like a hawk. I want everybody, any kind of interaction that you guys have with Dr. Scott Hopes, by email or otherwise, I want you guys to start sending those to me. But kind of the gloves are off.
Most of us are kind of like me, where we just love meeting new people and love having fun and love moving the MAGA movement forward. So I just going to dive just a little bit into what I do. So most of my records requests are here in Manatee County. I do them for the BOCC, which is the Board of County Commissioners, as well as the school board. I'm also dipping my toes into Holmes Beach, so I also do some records requests in our cities, the cities of Holmes Beach. So it has worked out well. Some of the tricks of the trade that I'd like to discuss is I always reach out if you're truly wanting the records. This is my suggestion. If you're just using this as a tool in the toolbox to, you know, keep the county busy, so to speak, then a different strategy would be used for that. But if you're really wanting to know what...
I was going to be at a workshop, and I don't understand, because I was never planning on going to that workshop today. And so somebody is masquerading as me on YouTube, saying a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know what they were talking about. They're trying to associate me with people. They're trying to rile up Trump supporters, trying to cause violence with my name on it. And it is not me. I repeat, it is not me. One, I was never at the workshop. And two, I was never online today watching the workshop. As a matter of fact, I'm exhausted, and I've been cleaning my house. And as you can tell, I just took a shower and I'm in my pajamas. So the idea that I was there, that I was communicating with anybody, is a flat out lie. So if anybody understands how to report somebody hacking in or acting as me on YouTube, I want to know about it, because I need to report this person, because what they're doing is a violation. And I am going to be filling out a police report about this incident, because you will not use me and sit there and blast people on YouTube and comments and be a coward and hide behind my name. You will not do that. And I'm going to find out who you are, and it's probably Don Kitterman. So if you're doing that, Don, I would suggest you stop because you are in violation of law. You cannot do that. And whoever else is doing that, you can stop. So I will tell you right now that I am very, very unhappy, but my friends called me up and was asking me why I was saying this, that, and the other, and I wasn't even watching, had no clue what they were talking about. So somebody is in there on Facebook, or excuse me, YouTube, going to the Sarasota school board. Little did they know I didn't even go, nor was I watching or anything else. So you know what? Cut it out. You're not going to sit here and try to make me a person that I'm not. All that crap you were talking about, rallying up Trump supporters, getting Trump supporters on board, stand by, all that garbage, that was not me. And I'm not going to sit here and have you discredit my good name. I will find you. Extremely exhausted. So just wanted to fill you in. The gentleman that assaulted Jonathan for knocking on his door, handing out flyers, and taking photos of his cameras on the outside of his house has now been arrested and is going to jail. I find it very ironic that here we are protesting domestic violence and this gentleman had no problem, swinging at me. It's just a sad day in America, but you can't do that. There is nothing illegal with somebody coming up your driveway and knocking on your front door. You're more than welcome to tell them to leave. But again, he wasn't even home at the time. This happened on Monday. Monday afternoon, I want to say it was around, oh lordy, between, I would say 11 and 2. I can't remember the exact time because so much has gone on, with our protest. We're there every hour on the hour. It was one of the times when we had already done our protest and then we decided to go staple up. I stapled up flyers around the neighborhood and was handing flyers out to neighbors. Again, the majority of everybody, we have not come across anybody that has had negative yelling or upset people about the work we have been doing. We were wrapping up our day today around 6 o'clock, and all of a sudden some guy comes flying out of these bushes. Now, mind you, he just trespassed on everybody else's property to cut through because his big old butt didn't want to walk around, and screaming that we were trespassing on his property. There's nothing illegal, again, about walking up to somebody's door and knocking on it. There's no trespassing warnings on his house. I mean, there was nothing. There was cameras. And his neighbors actually sent us over there. So the idea that we did anything wrong or illegal is crazy. And obviously, by his arrest, the only person that broke the law was him. So I am considered a witness in this case. Jonathan is the victim. It's a sad day in Northport that they have all these violent people there. One woman is dead because of violence. This gentleman, I'm telling you, had no problem. You will be seeing it on the news today. Had no problem balling up and getting ready to hit me when I had nothing whatsoever to do with anything. Like, I stood out at the street because, there was no point in both of us going up there and knocking on the door. At any rate, this guy's very violent, very hostile, and needs to be in jail. I doubt this is his first offense with that kind of anger issues. So we'll see what happens. I hope he goes to jail. I hope he serves time. I hope he learns a lesson and realizes you can't just assault people because somebody knocks on your door. It's against the law. That's the only part that's against the law. So at the end of the day, it all turned out well. The gentleman is apprehended. He is going to jail. Don't know if he's going to be bonding out today, but he's going to have a lot of expenses coming his way. So, because he's got bond expenses, he's going to have lawyer expenses, he spent a lot of money on something so foolish, and but he needs to learn a lesson, as we all do. As you know, I have a criminal background. I served my time many years ago. I live a life of goodness, and what we're doing is God's work, and we're going to continue to do it. We are very thankful for the Northport City Police for coming out so quickly and apprehending him quickly and swiftly. And we thank them for that. But just remember, we are fighting violence. There is not going to be any more violence. If I find, violence, I'll be protesting violence for a really long time, because this is hitting a nerve. Clearly people have stopped respecting human life, and it shows with our crime rates. So we need to do something about that. I'm a Florida activist. My name's Andrew Griffin. I'm from Manatee County, and maybe this is my calling. Maybe fighting domestic violence, becoming a domestic violence advocate might be something that I'm going to start putting in my portfolio, because I tell you, this has got to stop, people. This has got to stop. Violence is not the answer. Violence will never be the answer. So with that, God bless everyone. I think you're beautiful people, and we will be back out there 8 a.m. applying pressure to the family. Hopefully they start cracking soon, because I'm telling you, it's hot out there, but we will do what we need to do.
To enrage a lot of people on social media, because it is Friday, November 5th. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 2:15. And I, Andrew Griffin, am back in front of the laundry house with my friend Amy. She came in from LA. And so we are going to do this is for Gabby. Justice for Gabby. We're still out here. Justice will never be sought for Gabby Petito or her family, because these people allowed their son to get a hold of a gun and drive off in that Mustang and kill himself so they didn't have to face justice. Be enraged, folks. Be enraged, but don't be enraged at me. Be enraged at them. Well, it looks like we have more delivery coming. We'll see what they have. We'll see.
Jonathan and Andrew.
And he said this is a delivery. Would you mind saying the names again?
Jonathan and Andrew.
Thank you. Oh, we got a fan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, shoot. There we go. All right, so we got fans that are still sending iced coffee. You have to sit it down anywhere. You can sit it on the ground if you'd like. Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate all your help.
What's this about?
Protest, Gabby Petito's. This is the dirty laundry house.
How is it?
So, and we're protesting. We're wanting them to break their silence and come clean with what's going on. Yep, this is it. This is where the circus is.
Wonderful.
So, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate our fans that are keeping us hydrated and full of food. So, we do love you. God bless you. Without the support, the outcrying of support and what we are doing, we wouldn't be able to continue to go on. But, we'd find a way, because this is personal, and the Petito family is suffering greatly, and that's who we're here for today. That's who we've been here for since the beginning of this, is the Petito family, and seeking justice for Gabby. So we love each and every one of you, and God bless.
No mandate, lower millage, Cynthia Saunders removal. We have made public comments, been dismissed, been called clowns, and have been lied to about that. We got resigned. I can't even get a marketplace. Mary.
No, I'll kiss Molly's ass, but that's because she showers on the regular.
I say what